Hello everyone, welcome back to Training Zoology. My name is Nito and I'm the founder of this channel, and our motto here is preserve and conserve amazing animals like the one we're going to be talking about today, the African lion. Now the African lion is the species of lion that is endemic to Africa, meaning that it is native to mostly Africa. To be specific, it is found mostly in Eastern and Southern Africa, where it roams about on its own, where it roams about very well and peacefully, undisturbed. Now the African lion is primarily found in dry arid habitats, dry arid biomes like deserts, grassy savannas, arid savannas, grasslands, and many other dry and arid places where it prefers to hunt its prey, where it's more wide. It doesn't like to live in forests or jungles like many of you think. Now, the African lion is often said to be the king of the jungle, and yes, there are a lot of its features that make it seem like the king of the jungle, but it's not actually the king of the jungle. It prefers to live in savannas, like I said. It doesn't live in jungles. There are no lions that even go near jungles in the world. Even its Asian counterpart, the Asiatic lion, doesn't live in jungle. It also prefers to live in arid forests. Yes, they live in forests, but they don't live in jungles. So the lion is not the king of the jungle. Now, the lion is the second largest extant living species of cat. Now, extant means alive. It means alive. It means that it's not extinct. It's the opposite of extinct, extant. Now, it's the second largest extant species of cat in the world, slightly smaller than the tiger, which is one of its closest relatives. Now, the lion has so many well-known features that there are so many that you guys know that I don't even have to tell you, but I'm just going to run through some of them today. Now, one of the main features of the lion, of the male to be specific, is its mane, which is often said to be the crown and the pride of the lion. Now, the mane is used by the males. Only males have this, as you can see here. Females don't have manes, and they are slightly smaller than males. Now, male lions have these manes, and they use them for protection mostly. They use them to protect their necks. This large mound of hair around them protect their necks, so that when they are fighting, there is less risk of them getting killed. Now, lion fights are one of the most brutal fights in the animal kingdom, where sometimes both males may die, but it has to be both males may either die, one may get injured, or both of them will be severely injured. This is a very brutal fight, and you really need to see one of these in action. Now, the lion is another very aggressive animal and should not be dealt with. Don't come near a lion in the wild. They prefer to live on their own. Males prefer to live solitary lives unless they are protecting a pride. Now, young males will often look for prides as soon as they are exiled from their clans, their prides. Now, a group of lions is called a pride, as many of you know. Now, when the adult male that gave birth to those young males exiles them by chasing them away, they will leave the pride and go and find another pride of their own. But for at least a month, they will be nomadic, meaning that they will move from one place to another looking for food and other things. Now, for the female, like I said, she is slightly smaller than the male, and she is also the one that does most of the work. While male lions are at home resting, the females go out most of the day hunting. Now, lions in general, they use 20 hours a day to rest and sleep and store energy in their bodies for the hunts, which they often hunt at night. Just like many animals on the African savanna, they don't like the sun, so they prefer to hunt when it's dark and when it's at night, like that. So now, what do the lions eat exactly? Well, the lion is an opportunistic ambush hunter, meaning that it will eat whatever it can find as long as it's accessible. Now, it's also a predator that is a fast and feast predator. Now, what is a fast and feast predator? These are animals that they have that they can eat much of times, like 10 times their body weight in a single sitting. Now, often lions can go more than 4 days without eating food, and they can become significantly slim. They can lose a lot of fat during that period of fasting. But when food does come, they will eat about a fourth of their body weight in a single sitting when they get their food. Now, lions primarily hunt large animals like zebras, wildebeest, young buffalo. Sometimes they will take down elephants, rhinos, hippos. They have been known to eat reptiles like snakes, snail monitors, turtles, even small crocodiles. Lions are just very good hunters, and one of their main success. Now, just like many other hunters, they don't really score as much as they hunt. They can score only 1 out of every 4 hunts, after every 4 hunt attempts that they do. Now, but lions are usually successful during the last 4th one. Now, lions are one of the most social cats in the world, and they prefer to live in groups. Now, you may think that since they are large, they can live a solitary life, and yes, they can, but often a lion that lives on its own has a 1 in 10 chance of scoring a meal, while lions in a pride have a 1 in 4 chance of scoring a meal. So as you can see, there is teamwork. Lions are also one of the most strategic hunters in the world, meaning that they prefer to hunt in a strategic position. Now, usually there are often wings at the back. These are the lions that will stay at the back, and these lions are meant to chase out the prey, to draw out the prey from their hiding place, to bring it into the open. They will now herd the prey, corral them together, and then it's now be led to the muscle, which are the lions at the side. Now, these lions are the ones that will often do the takedown. Now, they will surround the prey. They will now jump on the backs of their prey, giving the killing blow to either their teeth are perfectly spaced so that they can slip between either the cervical vertebrae of the prey, meaning that the spine, the vertebral column at the back, or they will bite the throat, causing instant death, causing instant throat failure, and prey will often die from blood loss. Now, the lion is a very brutal killer. It's also a very successful, skillful killer, and these things, you may see that it's a very violent animal, and the hunting that it does is actually very useful to the environment. Now, the lion is a hyper carnivore and an apex predator. A hyper carnivore is an animal that eats only meat. It strictly eats meat. It doesn't eat plants. It doesn't even chow down. It may sometimes eat grass, but it doesn't primarily feed on them. It often eats grass, just like your house cat does, to digest its food in its stomach, and it will often spit out hairballs just like the cat. Now, the lion has a very important ecological use in its savanna home. Now, the lions will often go after the young, the old, the weak, the diseased, and the injured. Now, when they kill these animals, they leave space for the healthier ones to grow. They don't often kill healthy animals because those ones, they are too strong for them. They will often go out and hunt weaker animals that they can find in the herd. Now, when they do that, it prevents diseases from spreading. Predators, the diseases that their prey can contact, those diseases don't have much of an effect on the predators themselves, and this is an amazing survival strategy that has been going on for years. It has been observed in many other cat and predator species around the world. Now, when the lion does this, it prevents diseases from spreading. It prevents infection from spreading from injured animals, which, if they are injured and infection gets on their wound, it can spread through the herd. Mostly, animals in the savannah prefer to live in herds in large numbers so that they can be safety in numbers. But sometimes, when an animal is sick, this safety in numbers becomes a liability, with sickness spreading through the herd and can often wipe out all of them at once. And the lion is very important for that aspect, and it's also very important for us humans. Many of you know the lion. It is a national symbol. It is the symbolic animal of Ethiopia. It is very important. It is one of the most famous animals and most iconic animals in the world, and if this animal goes extinct, it's not going to be nice at all. Not only will the ecosystem change drastically, but us humans will also feel very sad because we lost one of the most famous and admirable animals in the world. Now, the lion is listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List, which is the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, which includes the list of all animals from least concern to extinct. Now, it is listed as vulnerable, meaning that its population has been decreasing drastically. And what causes this exactly? Well, one of the main reasons that causes the drastic decline of lions in the wild is hunting. Many people hunt them as trophy animals, and yes, they are one of the big 5 animals said to be the most dangerous animals in Africa and also the most prized by hunters. A lot of people will often travel to Africa here to hunt these animals, and often about 50 individuals can be killed in a stretch of 1 month by hunters, which is very bad. Another very devastating thing that causes the drastic decline is deforestation, industrialization, and entering the lion's habitats. Now, often when we do this, not only do we come face to face with these animals, they can enter our farms and hunt our livestock when their other normal prey has either migrated or has become regionally extinct in that part, because people will also hunt their prey items too. Now, when these lions enter farms to hunt goats and other livestock, they see them as a nuisance to the farmer, and on this part, it's not them that caused it. You enter their environment, which is not good. So we need to stand up, we need to make a change. The time for acting is now. We need to stop industrialization. We need to demarcate ourselves from the natural habitat of these wonderful creatures, and we need to live beside them. And we also need to stop hunting. Hunting is a very bad thing. We already have the animals that we can hunt, game animals like chickens. We already have meat for that. We don't need to hunt these other wild animals for what? A so-called trophy. Does that make sense? It's not good at all. So please stop, please make a change, and I tell you, the lion is going to stay safe, it's going to stay good for many more generations to come. Now please, if you enjoyed this video, like, share and subscribe to my channel so that I can learn more amazing contents like this. Thank you.